Errol Spence Jr. gets ghosted in a very, very odd way for reasons that one can only speculate about, but better believe it, probably going to be something big. Let's talk about Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, but Errol leaving social media. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And Errol Spence Jr. has gotten ghosted on his fans by doing something that people rarely do, but he did it. And you got to wonder what it's all about. As if you are a follower and you follow him on Instagram, him and his legions of followers are no longer there. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release. And if you're a longtime supporter, thank you so much. But let's get into this, man, because I just think it's interesting. I was on my live stream today talking about the usual stuff as we wait for fights to take place. And people came to my chat and was like, man, Errol Spence Jr. has gotten ghosted. He deleted his social media accounts. So I followed up and I went to his Instagram page, and his Instagram page is not there. I went to his Twitter page and people said that his Twitter page was not there, but I found his Twitter page, at least the one that I've been following, and it appears to still be there. So I didn't know if maybe it was an old Twitter page that got stuck in my cache, where it comes up when I press it and it goes right to that particular thing or not. But from everything that I can see, it appears like Errol Spence got a lot of sense, which is doing the anti-media game, which is just getting out of the spotlight and focusing on what you're doing and having fights or getting ready for this Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford fight that he has coming up. Now, there's also alternative explanations for why this could be. It could be that he is just redesigning it, that he decided to take it down. He wants to change the format, wants to have a professional work with it or other professionals work with it and get it to where he wants to get it. And within 30 days, it may be back up. It could be that he wants a big amount of information out there for him leaving and saying, hey, man, look, dude, less is more. The less I talk to you, the less I talk to you, the more you may talk about me, the more you may speculate about what's going on with me. I don't know. But what I'm hoping is that he is just a family man, being over 35 years old and knowing that social media can be, man, it can really, really wear down on you, especially being in the situation that he's in, where there is so much vitriol, where there's so much drama going on, where he literally could put pictures up of his kids and he's going to have his kids, people talking about Terrence Crawford and how he got knocked out by Terrence Crawford and mentioning his son and his daughters at the same time. And maybe he figured, you know what? It's really not worth it for me to be out here and do this conversation. Let me take a break from it and just walk away from that. Now, other people are speculating this because he's extra focused on getting right for the Errol Spence Jr., for the rematch with Terrence Crawford, which personally I think is going to take place. I know for sure is what he wants. So he's trying to limit his distractions. Could be that, could be any combination of the things that I said before. However, what is most important takeaway from this is, to me, that your social media, I do believe is important, but I think it is a two-edged sword or a double-edged sword. You can get cut both ways. It can cut both ways. Say, for example, that you're out here constantly into social media, saying this, saying that, and you really start turning fans off because everything that you say and everything that you do is recorded somewhere, right? As soon as you put something up, somebody's there, sees your tweet, copies, pastes it, sticks it in a file. So even if you delete it, boom, it's right back in your face 5 seconds later. right? So the double-edged sword is that you can say whatever you want and everybody can hear it, but whatever you say will be heard by everybody. And the way that social media has been used, the Twitter, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. I don't do TikTok, so other people can tell me about TikTok. I don't really know. I have a TikTok page or whatever you call it, but it's nothing I really use. It's nothing that I ever look at, right? To me, it's about as valuable as having a page on Reddit for me. But no matter what you say, you could say something 5 years ago, right at the time you're talking to somebody else, they're going to unfortunately throw it right in your face and you're going to have to deal with it. So you look at multiple examples of that where people say a bunch of stupid stuff and they think that it's not going to come back to bite them. Or you tell a lie to one guy on a camera and then you got 5 cameras around you. They're all posting it. So you get caught lying by everybody that looks at every one of those guys, every one of their pages. Man, I hope that eventually that this social media stuff, I know that eventually the social media stuff is going to be curtailed because that is the nature of human beings. Like that's the nature of society. You get an invention, you get some new horizon, and it's free. It's free at first, and it looks like everything is really, really great. And then over time, they put all kind of different things in place to limit people's ability to do that, or people mature in their uses of it. And I think that this may be an example of Errol Spence being more useful in his use of social media, or more effective in his use of social media, in that he has to balance his own personal dramas and stress with the necessity to be out there and communicate with people, the reality versus the virtual reality world. And that life is really what you live. And life is it's not that reflection that people see on the internet or on television. It's just not what it is. So like for myself, like I do a lot of social media stuff, obviously on Twitter and on Instagram and on YouTube. More YouTube than Twitter and more Twitter than Instagram. But I know now the validity or the necessity of taking this thing right here, sitting it down, walking out of my house, going like an hour walk that I try to do every day, and not have my phone, not have any electronics around it. Because when you do that, you start actually dealing with reality. You start dealing with the reality of the wind on your skin. You start you dealing with the reality of the smells from the laundry machines on the houses that you pass by when you walk. You see the squirrels scurrying by on the street. You see the butterflies floating from bush to bush, and you feel the hunger pains in your stomach, the thirst in your throat. Those are things that are real sensations. Real sensations. And you understand that once you get away from that, all of the bickering and all of that stuff, it's not real for you. It is the perceptions that people have of you. And those perceptions may have real results. But unless those perceptions of people actually result in something tangible that affects you, like your ability to drink this tea or your ability to pay for the house and the roof that you have over your head, at the end of the day, you have to weight it properly between the fiction and the fact, between the virtual reality and the reality. But anyway, I'm glad to see that he took a break from social media, and I hope that it means he's more focused on the things that are important to him, because when you tend to do that, things go better and you're able to achieve your goals much more easily. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.